Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And again, we're back to talking about XRP. And I'm actually running a little behind today. So I just wanted to get this quick video up and running for the live. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys think about the XRP adoption. I think the XRP adoption is about to get crazy. What up, Crypto Clay? What's going on, brother? This is just a quick impromptu video about XRP. Nothing much. Got some stuff going on today, so I've been running around, but I wanted to get the XRP video going. I just realized I was running late, so I want to make sure get the video up. Let me start the screen share and see what we can see. So on Twitter, no worries. This is mainly just XRP. This isn't even Zebek. We're still going to do the Zebek probably at 3:30. Just trying to get going with XRP. So this is XRP major cup and handle, 7 years in the making. I think pretty soon there's going to be a crazy push up for XRP, right? XRP mega cup and handle, XRP RSI are flashing one of the rarest, most explosive setups in crypto history, breaking above $3.66. And the measured move screams $7, maybe more. And here's why. So let's see here. XRP's mega cup and handle, 7-year pattern ready to explode. So I don't know about that, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on XRP. Let's look at the bubbles. On the bubbles, yeah, I did see that. Clay, the Western Union acquisition of Ripple ODL Partners was huge. You're right. I'm going to get to that as one of the announcements as well. Early today, I'm still at work. Love getting paid to learn crypto. I know that's right. Um, what is this? They are setting the stage, Ripple Bank, baby. I think that's also in the updates as well. Cubic's up 17.2. I still have not heard back from Trade Ogre. I bought some Cubic cheap on Trade Ogre. I think Trade Ogre is the only place to get it, but I can't log in. Every time I log in, the page doesn't come up. And for some reason, these guys aren't responding. So I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. Estrada is 21.8, Tao's up 5, Nero's up 4.1, Solana is up 5.8. Might pick up some more Solana before it takes off as well. Ethereum Classic is up 2.9. ALI16Z is up 2.3. Mr. Miggles is up 4.2. Near is up 3.7. Ordinate 1.6. Arbitron's up 4. GigaChad's up 3.5. Hex is up 5.9. XPR is down 7%. Snake is up 7.8. Mudan's up 3.8. Tui's 4.1. Litecoin is 1.8. Algorand is up 5.2. Ingest is up 4.4. Peanuts up 2.7. Zebek, ZBCN is up 1.3. XLM is up 1.9. XRP is up 1.5 to $3.25 at point 0.3 in the hour, 10% in the week, 13.5 on the month, and 488 for the year. Baby Dodge is up 1.6. Metals down 1%. PIF is down or up 4.3. Turbos up 2.2. Alchemy Pay is up 1.6. H bar is up 3.6. Storms is up 2%. Ethereum is up 4.3. Arrow's up 5%. Brett's up 2.6. White is down 15%. Cardano is up 6.9. Renner's up 4.8. And Osmosis is up 2%. Live Coin Watch is showing XRP at $3.24, 0.36%. For the day, it's up 1.35. For the week, it is up 8.9. For the month, it's up 13.6. For 90 days, it's up 26.5. And for the year, it's up 473%. So back to X. And as Clay mentioned, let me see what we got here. Western Union sealed a $500 million deal to acquire Intermex, a confirmed user of Ripple's on-demand liquidity ODL service. So it looks like Western Union is not trying to get cut out of the game. The naysayers and non-believers are going to be punching the air once the smoke settles. I know that's right. What is that? Skills to the max? X. Yeah, yeah. People are going to be real angry when things start to run up. Big news. SBI Holding just applied for Japan's FSA for 2 crypto ETFs featuring XRP and Bitcoin and a gold-backed asset. If approved, this would be Japan's first regulated XRP ETF, a game changer for institutional adoption. Rather than waiting for the rest of the world to adopt XRP, Asia's experiencing explosive growth. Japanese Bank Southeast Asia remittance and institutional funds are already locked into XRP liquidity. Speed and trust are becoming the key factors in the Asia's export to global XRP ledger. This XRP is XRP still on the decline. So Asia's support for XRP and ecosystem benefits, adoption, innovation, liquidity, remittance, market research, and market confidence. And I do have this on the page, so I'm not going to read all this, but a joint SBI Ripple Asia, a joint venture between SBM Holding and Ripple Labs, provides RippleNet to finance institutions across Japan, South Korea, and Southeast Asia, enabling instant multi-currency transfers via single API connection. Ripple has made significant investments in Asian markets, including the University Blockchain Research Initiative, UBRI, which supports blockchain research educational programs in Japan and South Korea. With over 60 million in funding, Ripple XRPL Japan and Korea Fund supports local developers, ecosystem growth, and driving innovation on the XRP ledger. Pretty interesting, actually. But yeah, guys, there's a lot going on. We might not be privy to everything, but there is definitely a lot going on with XRP. Ripple wins SEC chair calls it a turning point. Ripple versus the SEC fights over. XRP holders have finally have clarity. New SEC chair Paul Atkins says it's time to move from the courtroom to the policy drafting table, breaking from Gary Gensler's enforcement first era. Project Crypto aims to clear rules for digital assets while President Trump's new order opens 12 trillion in 401k retirement funds to crypto and other alternatives. And this is what I'm talking about when the price is going to go crazy. Experts see Ripple's win as a model to reform with more SEC industry roundtables on the way. Will this really kickstart a friendlier U.S. crypto era? I hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. So, boom, breaking news. The Federal Reserve may integrate XRP into the core of the FedNow payment system blockchain. Up to 650 trillion will be injected into the XRP ledger via real token on XRPL, ushering in a new era of finance. FedNow Services partnership with Metal Blockchain for quick fiat and stablecoin conversion marks a major milestone in bridging the barrier between conventional banking and decentralized finance. At the moment, United States citizens can solely make instant payments within the country through third-party applications like Venmo and PayPal or digital wallets for cryptocurrency. The platform is undergoing a pilot phase with over 120 organizations taking part, including recent additions such as the U.S. Bank, Exchange Bank, and various payment processors and solution providers. Ripple, a prominent provider in cross-border payments, open source distributed ledger technology for financial transactions, may be included among the fintech companies that FedNow will utilize. Additionally, Stellar Luna XLM, a blockchain based payment network that offers quicker and more efficient methods for executing global payments, might also be among the companies that the Fed now uses. What's this? XLM? Be used by Fed now? Let me get my trusty. I need to get a notebook and stop writing on the side of papers and mail. Let me see. What is this? XLM. So next announcement. This is XRP Jerome Powell is preparing to unleash the superstorm.
Good that we've blown through Powell and the complacent board. Jer- Jerome Powell and Trump are getting ready to unleash what I am calling a superstorm on all XRP holders. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what is this catalyst? So, what is going on in the markets that's allowing all this chaos to come through? Well, I want to cover what recently was just said this morning, okay, from none other than President Trump. He says on his official Truth Social account, Jerome Matulate Powell must now lower the rate. Steve really gave me a beauty when he pushed this loser. The damage he has done by always being too late is incalculable. Fortunately, the economy is so good that we've blown through Powell and the complacent board. I am, though, considering allowing a major lawsuit against Powell to proceed because of the horrible and grossly incompetent job he has done in managing the construction of the Fed buildings. That is insanity. Okay, this is crazy, crazy talk here. I mean, obviously, we all understand where Trump is coming from here. He wants rate cuts so that the US government can actually afford to pay their debts, which right now they're in a very tough spot. This is why tariffs really are there to begin with. He needs to increase government revenues in order to pay these trillions of dollars in debts that the US has and liabilities that the US has, which frankly, they have a very tough time paying as it stands right now. And so, what Trump is essentially doing here is he's trying to push Powell out so that Trump can install a new guy in who will do a better job, in Trump's view, anyways, of basically lowering rates. That's all that Trump really wants. He wants interest rates to be at 1.5% or something like that, is what Trump said. Obviously, we're a long shot off of that right now, like 4.5, 4.75. So we're looking at basically 3% lower than where we are right now at this point in time, which is huge. That's literally trillions of dollars being injected into the economy when that does happen. So, a lot of crypto investors, a lot of stock investors who understand M2 growing monetary supply and the effect this has on crypto and altcoins and all that kind of stuff are basically salivating at the mouth at this prospect because this will inject all of this capital into banks who we now know are super involved in the crypto space, who will likely, push through and market their ETFs during this period of time when retail is also getting access to more capital. And this could really cause a massive snowball effect or a superstorm, as I was saying earlier. And I do think that we're in a really solid position for our second alt season, especially with this in mind. And I'm going to get into that very soon and why I think XRP is going to be one of the top gainers. But there's another really important data point that we got to cover here. July's overall CPI inflation has actually remained unchanged. We just got those numbers. It came in at 2.7%, below the expectations of 2.8%. So this is once again showing that tariffs are not increasing inflation, that companies and governments around the world that are being tariffed are eating these costs. And Trump was right to do this. It's undeniable. The facts are laid out clear as day. And Jerome Powell, once again, deciding not to cut rates after this report will be an extremely bad look for him. And this will add more credibility to this lawsuit that Trump is potentially looking to push forward. Core CPI inflation, however, though, has gone up 0.1%. Now, I do expect these numbers to be revised as they have been many times before. Whether they come in worse or better has yet to be seen, but we're going to see what happens with all of that. Now, obviously, there's a lot of excitement in the market. A lot of you guys have probably seen, the huge fluctuations in price for cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is leading the charge right now. What we're seeing right now is the Ethereum season of this whole thing that's going on. Large caps like XRP, I do think will get their next leg up very shortly, and I'll explain why in just a moment. But I mean, Ethereum's on a tear right now. $40 million worth of ETH shorts were just liquidated in the past 60 minutes alone. I expect this trend to continue. And I think that actually CoinGecko released an article that does a really great job explaining this, talking about the second alt season phase is currently live. And are you still watching? Essentially, what they point out here is how the current market dynamics that we're seeing right now are very similar to what we saw back in DeFi summer of 2021. Now, if you don't recall what happened during DeFi summer, this is when Solana, BNB, Avalanche, and many other mid caps at the time grew astronomically and became high caps. We saw Solana do a 100x. I mean, XRP went up a tremendous amount during this period of time, even despite the lawsuit, which people basically wrote off XRP entirely because of that. And yeah, it was incredible. Basically, what we saw were two massive pumps, right? We saw this right here, the DeFi summer. We hit our first peak, followed by a massive correction and Bitcoin regaining dominance, followed by another massive pump right here. This is looking very similar to what we saw so far this year. I mean, towards like the very end of 2024, early 2025, we saw massive amounts of liquidity go into XRP. Of course, that was the leader, the top gainer when it came to the high cap altcoins, followed by a very large correction, generally during these tariff disputes that we saw, followed by now what we're seeing to looking to be the second leg up, which once again looks very similar to 2021 when we saw this kind of V-shaped recovery on the way back up. It looks like we're actually seeing that V shape here once again, followed by another V. And I do think that this is going to be where we're going to see the next leg up towards the end of this year, the last quarter. September, October, November, December, I do think are going to be very crazy months because of previous trends and, well, potentially the Fed chair Jerome Powell being forced to resign due to the fact that Trump is basically going to file a lawsuit against him if he doesn't. It's it's getting pretty heated over there at the Fed, I'm sure, and we'll see what Jerome Powell decides to do, but it's a pretty crazy time to say the least. So when we look at the actual technical indicators, what they're telling us is the chance of a short-term correction followed by a midterm explosion are becoming increasingly likely. When we look at the 1-day stochastic RSI, you can see that we are indeed very close to being overbought. Now, I do want to remind you guys the last time that we were in this territory overbought on the 27th of June, for example, we did actually continue being overbought for quite some time, and we did end up actually hitting some new highs. So just because we are at this point right here, right now, does not mean that we can't potentially see some new highs in the short term. But you want to hedge your bets always and just be prepared for worst case scenario. At least that's what I'm doing, just to ensure that I'm not going to get wrecked in case something crazy does end up happening. Now, with that being said, though, I do have some positions that are long right now, which I am looking to cash out in the event that we have a huge upswing, anything like what we saw previously back on the 17th of July and all the way leading up to the 22nd here. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with that. Maybe we have another month-long rally where it's just all green, 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 like we had back here. Maybe not. These markets are very unpredictable, and there's a lot of catalysts. But what we know we have to absolutely be looking out for is whether or not Powell is going to be resigning. Number one, does this lawsuit continue? We'll keep an eye on the CPI inflation numbers to get an idea of what Jerome Powell will be doing. And yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye on Ethereum. If Ethereum continues to run like crazy and XRP keeps doing what it's doing right now, it's just minimal gains. I do think that the liquidity cycle will eventually come down to the high caps from Ethereum, as we've seen countless times before. And I do think that XRP will be able to see higher highs. So that's basically the current state of the market right now today. If you guys want to get access to every single trade that I am making, every single entry, every single exit, you can get access to that for free, guys. Simply click on my Levi Crypto Crusaders link down below and follow our easy 3-step process to sign up and get access. We also have to.
So shout out to Levi, and he is right. I don't know if you guys are in Ethereum. I'm in it, but I don't know if I should sell or continue to hold, or where you're at with XRP. I'm kind of nervous. I want to keep holding XRP as much as possible, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. What up, Silver Days? What up, Roman? Let's see here. Let me come back up. Where are we here? What up, Silver Days? XRP Army. Yes, Silver. Since you say this so much, I started squeezing in these XRP videos. What up, Crypto Play? What is this? Roman X ETFs? How many XRP ETFs are getting that, sir? What up, Silver Days, my man? I thought I was on a solo mish. Lawsuit done. Levi is not a TI bro. He garbage. Um, Z-Beck ETF. That would be nice, but one step at a time. Eventually, yes, he needs to grow first. XRP is the new king. I hope so, Silver Days. Yo, Z-Beck to the moon. $10 plus long term. Hey, God, get my soul right. So, breaking news, Ripple is now working with the Federal Reserve. News to me. This is Fed exposed. XRP adoption is booming. Let's see what he has to say real quick.
XRP Army, you really got to check this out.
You simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally. And we do that by buying treasury bills or bonds or other government guaranteed securities, and that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
Oh, XRP Army, you really got to check this.
So that's example of what's going on with the money. This is Bitcoin maxis are shaking. They're spreading FUD while XRP has been racking up wins. These releases fuel ODL partners, institutional incentives, and strategic deals, perfectly aligned with Ripple's latest partnership. What know what you hold, learn at X Financial Bull. They want you to buy XRP when they sell it. Ripple releases 1 billion XRP from escrow. Of course they did. Ripple executed a scheduled escrow unlock on August 9th, which was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, releasing 1 billion XRP tokens valued at 3.2 billion into circulation. This release involved 3 transactions: 500 million XRP to unknown wallet, 100 million XRP to Ripple, and 400 XRP to the company as part of the 2017 protocol designed stability designed to stabilize market supply. This event occurred amidst a bullish market for XRP followers and company's recent legal victories in the U.S. court case. Paul Atkins was on TV this morning saying Ripple case is for reals over. Once Ripple donates 40% of the escrow to the U.S. government, we become the IMF. Checkmate. Silver days. So this is breaking news. Trump says tariffs have not caused inflation or massive amounts of, sorry, scratch in my eye there. Massive amounts of cash are pouring into U.S. Crypto and XRP volatility expected. Trillions of dollars are being taken in on tariff, which has been incredible for our country, its stock market, its general wealth, and just about everything else. It has been proven that even at this late stage, tariffs have not caused inflation or any other problems for the country other than massive amounts of cash pouring into the treasury coffers. Also, it has been shown that for the most part, consumers aren't even paying these tariffs. It's mostly companies and governments, many of them foreign, picking up the tab. But David Solomon and Goldman Sachs refused to give credit where credit is due. He made a bad prediction a long time ago on both the market repercussions and the tariffs themselves, as they were wrong, just like they are about so much else. I think David should go out and get himself a new economist, or maybe he ought to just focus on being a DJ and not bother running a major financial institution. Burn. Let me see, where were we? Think bigger family. Think like Trump. Uh, let's see. Over and over, Silver Days. Looks like we win. Said like Curly Bills from Tombstone. Oh, okay. Huh. Nice Clay. I love Tombstone. Epic movie. Good old Doc Holliday, my guy. I think Val Kilmer might have been one of his best roles. Good old Doc Holliday. Um, both XRP and XLM will create many millionaires once price breaks the final resistance. I hope so. Love the town. Been there twice. Town is tough. Town is tough to die. Breaking news. Malaysia's central bank sparks debate by naming XRP and Bitcoin as the monetary alternatives. What? It's going down, bro. It is going all the way down. The rapid XRP price action alerts holders closely monitoring the latest Ripple news. Meanwhile, Unilabs Finance eyes a 4,600 rally following the SEC settlement. So send the balloons up. Standing on Allen Street days, nothing like it, brother. Where is Tombstone at? Clay, I was there once for deployment to the southern border for fence work. Really? Nice. You working on the fence as well? Um, Crypto philosophy, meaning Ripple and XRP are now free assets. Utility and institutions can begin. This is the calm before the storm. Coin Telegram update. The SEC has issued a litigation release announcing the resolution of its case against Ripple. Ripple Labs, Brad Ginsenhouse, and Kristen Larson. Litigation release number 26369, August 7th. So this is breaking news. XRP ETF 5 billion ready to enter. Ripple US banking license, Bitcoin reserve, and massive alt season indicators flash bullish. Let's go. Massive accumulation underway. Whales scooping up 900 million XRP in just 48 hours. Clear sign of institutional interest and long-term positioning. I might need to snatch some more up myself. Yeah, Tombstone burned down twice. U.S. Navy SEALs here, heavy equipment operation, first class. Thank you for your service, Silver Days. The Birdcage Theater is the only original building left. Thank you for your service, Silver Days. My uncles were Navy, and cousin too. My dad was in the Air Force. I got a couple cousins that was in the Navy, and the rest were in the Corps, the Marines, Ranger, and City Hawk. Yeah, yeah. Breaking whales accumulate 900 million XRP tokens in 48 hours following SEC settlement. XRP history repeating again. So this is 2021 through 2020. Wait, 2020 to 2021, 2024 through 2025. And if we are here, and this is $14, say it ain't so, bro. So what is this? This is $7. I think that would be the immediate push. So let me know what you guys think about that. U.S. President Trump says he's considering a major lawsuit against Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Promises, promises, promises. Fed must cut rates now. I think we did that. Let me click to this video real quick. Let me see which one. Let's run this one real quick. Is a combat veteran U.S. Army operation enduring freedom. Cool, Silver Days.
Listen, I'm going to say this once.
Got to add to the border fence. It was cool to be part of it.
It's about to happen in crypto over the next few weeks could make the largest bull run look like a warm-up lap. I'm talking about 3 catalysts, all hitting at the same time. That could completely flip this market on its head. We've got macro data that could unleash a wave of liquidity. an ETF framework that could greenlight multiple top tier crypto ETFs at once, and a chart moving XRP that has traders quietly loading up for something big. I've been in this game long enough to know that when the stars are lining up, and right now, they're not just lining up, folks, they are locking into place. So buckle in, because if you're watching this all the way through, you're going to understand exactly why the next few weeks in crypto might be the most important since 2017. Welcome to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're coming back for some more of that good content, do me a favor, take 2 seconds out of your viewing experience and hit that thumbs up. Let's try to get above 1,000 thumbs up. It is free to support the channel, and that is your ultimate way to do it. Without further ado, sit back, relax. Let's jump into it. Bitcoin, $118,546. It's currently down 2%. Ethereum coming in at 4,282. It's up 1%. XRP taking a little bit of a beating here, but I'm not mad about it. It's down 4%, coming in at $3.12. Total cryptocurrency market cap dips below 4 trillion, as we did have a little bit of a breakout on it, coming in at 3.97 trillion. Has anyone else noticed what I have been noticing here? Total cryptocurrency market cap keeps creeping up, but crypto prices keep creeping down. You understand that that doesn't make sense, right? The more money that's coming into the markets, the higher the prices of these assets should go. What you are seeing is manipulation and scare tactics, folks. These markets are about to rip. Do not let anyone tell you anything different than that. When we get this CPI data, today's dropping at 8:30 a.m. That's right, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. That's when the numbers hit. And trust me, this isn't just another boring government report.
Boys and girls, cats and dogs, don't get pushed out. Continue to hold and diamond hand. This is where it's about to get crazy. They're going to start telling you all kind of crazy nonsense and information to get you to sell, right? To get you out so they can buy it up. This is when you hold. Nice Clay, I was part of Enduring Freedom, Iraq. I was in Baghdad getting in palaces of Saddam Hussein. Hit some. Mama was in Kandahar. Oh wow. Let me finish this video and I actually gotta go pick up the kids. So I might have to cut this short. Let me play this video for a little while and be right back.
This is the spark that can light up the entire crypto market. Right now, everyone's eyes are glued to one thing, and that's CPI data. Why? Simple. Because inflation is the Fed's obsession. And every 10th of a percent on this report can send billions flooding in our out of risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and yes, XRP. If the CPI comes in hotter than expected, the market starts pricing in fewer rate cuts, risk off, liquidity tightens, and we get that knee jerk drop. But if it comes in cooler, oh man, that's the fuel. That's the kind of green light that institutional traders, the guys moving hundreds of millions, have been waiting for. It's a chain reaction. Bonds rally, the dollar weakens, and the crypto markets start catching fire. And here's the kicker. We've seen this movie before. In June, CPI came in soft, and within hours, Bitcoin ripped, folks. Go back, look at the chart if you don't believe me. Altcoins outperformed, and certain tokens, cough, cough, wink, 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 nudge, nudge, XRP outpaced the majors. This is about knowing the reaction before it happens. And right now, we're in that pre explosion, quiet, where smart money is already taking permissions. So don't you underestimate 830, folks. It's the domino that tips off the rest of the board. Then we get this Jim Cramer, the old kiss of death on Bitcoin Ethereum. Listen up.
Jim, Bitcoin's on the move today. A lot of the crypto stocks as well. We're not quite back to 123K, but we're close.
It just continues to be, anytime you ever hear about what size the deficit is, or David, you know that the trillions of dollars in the interest has made a lot of younger people feel, this and Ethereum are a better place to be. I'm a huge believer in this, by the way, because I have very little faith that we're going to be able to grow our way out of. I cannot think about how we're going to grow our way out of our situation yet. Maybe
you mean our debt to GDP?
I've not been able to figure out a way. So it's a great hedge against the.
It conceivably is. If there's financial Armageddon.
Kiss of Death Kramer. That's what we like to call him. Look at this. Look, Nate Sarachi was on CNBC talking about a standardization crypto ETF framework could be implemented in the next 2 months. No more separate approvals for each spot ETF. What does that mean? It's simple. That means a wave of ETFs, XRP, Solana, Cardano, and even more could flood the markets soon. Imagine this. Instead of one ETF approval every few months, we get a floodgate opening at once. You know what happens when the floodgates open? Forget about it. The money pours in and these assets start going. You want to talk about the narrative that sets us up for that parabolic blow off top towards the end of this year in that Q4 timeframe, where he's talking 2 more months. We're in August, so we got September. October kicks off Q4. We're talking about the blow off tops in Q4 is when I believe that this bull run does come to an end. Let's listen to a part of this here.
3 major stock exchanges, so NYSE, NASDAQ, and CBOE, they have all filed with the SEC for generic listing standards for crypto ETFs, which basically means that the exchanges wouldn't need to seek specific approval for each spot crypto ETF as long as it meets certain criteria. So this would streamline the approval process. And that's important because right now there are filings out there from multiple issuers for XRP ETFs, Solana ETFs, Cardano, HBAR. We could go on down the list, but there are a boatload of filings out there. And the expectation is that the standardized crypto framework will be implemented, say, in the next 2 months or so. So if and when that happens, I think you're going to see the floodgates open. We're going to see a wave of approvals, and you're going to see, again, a boatload of new crypto ETFs coming to market.
Yeah, that certainly seems like a big catalyst there.
It's creeping up, but crypto prices keep creeping down. You understand that doesn't make sense, right? The more money that's coming into the markets, the higher the prices of these assets should go. What you are seeing is manipulation and scare tactics, folks. These markets are about to rip. Do not let anyone tell you anything different than that. When we get that CPI data today is dropping at 8:30 a.m. That's right, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. That's when the numbers hit. And trust me, this isn't just another boring government report. This is the spark that can light up the entire crypto market. Right now, everyone's eyes are glued to one thing, and that's CPI data. Why? Simple. Because inflation is the Fed's obsession. And every 0.1% on this report can send billions flooding in out of risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and yes, XRP. If the CPI comes in hotter than expected, the market starts pricing in fewer rate cuts, risk off, liquidity tightens, and we get that knee-jerk drop. But if it comes in cooler, oh man, that's the fuel. That's the kind of green light that institutional traders, the guys moving hundreds of millions, have been waiting for. It's a chain reaction. Bonds rally, the dollar weakens, and the crypto markets start catching fire. And here's the kicker. We've seen this movie before. In June, CPI came in soft, and within hours, Bitcoin ripped, folks. Go back, look at the chart if you don't believe me. Altcoins outperformed, and certain tokens, cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, XRP outpaced the majors. This is about knowing the reaction before it happens. And right now, we're in that pre-explosion quiet where smart money is already taking permissions. So don't you underestimate 830, folks. It's the domino that tips off the rest of the board. Then we get this Jim Cramer, the old kiss of death on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Listen up.
Jim, Bitcoin's on the move today. A lot of the crypto stocks as well. We're not quite back to 123K, but we're
Right.
close.
Well, it just continues to be anytime you ever hear about what size the deficit is, or David, you know that the trillions of dollars and the interest has made a lot of younger people feel, this and Ethereum are a better place to be. I'm a huge believer in this, by the way, because I have very little faith that we're going to be able to grow our way out of. I cannot think about how we're going to grow our way out of our situation yet. Maybe
You mean our debt to GDP?
I've not been able to figure out a way. So it's a great hedge against the.
It conceivably is. If
Right.
there is, but if there's financial Armageddon,
Kiss of death Kramer. That's what we like to call him. Look at this. Look, Nate Geraci was on CNBC talking about a standardization crypto ETF framework could be implemented in the next.
Okay, guys. I need to take a break. I need to actually make a run real quick. So I'm gonna shut the video down earlier. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. The main man BTM is out, and we should be back up by 3:30 for the Zebek Live. So let me know what you guys think, and see you soon. Same bat channel, same bat time. Miner out.